about Robert Quinn. He's really, really good at getting after the quarterback in this particular scheme. They changed things up on him last year to this year, which is why he only has 1 sack from the 18.5 sacks that he had just a year ago. And he also has a 19.5 sack season under his belt also, which was a long time ago. But he still can get after the quarterback. And here's why I'm so optimistic. I mentioned the fact that they changed schemes on him there in Chicago. They're in that same scheme, the one he was really good at here in Philadelphia. He's going to be going back into that scheme. So for Howie Roseman to get a guy that potentially in a full season can get you double-digit sacks when you already have Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat is coming to his own, and you already have guys in the middle of this defensive line like Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams. When you already have guys like that, this is a pretty stout defensive line as it is. Then you have an edge rusher like a guy like Hassan Reddick. Oh, I think the goal is to just have quarterback surrendering at this point, and you're one of the top teams in sacks coming out of the bye week. Yeah, things are sitting pretty here. So when Howie Roseman calls another GM, does another GM think to himself, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy. Not going to be the guy that gets fleeced by Howie Roseman. I'm going to get a good deal here. So you see that the Eagles give up a 4th-round pick, and you might think to yourself, I have a 4th-round pick for an older guy that's on the downside of his career and only has the 1 sack. I guess that's an even trade. See how it works out here in Philadelphia. But then the Chicago Bears pay just about every cent of the contract along with it. Howie wins this. Howie wins this again. Now, another thing that goes into it, I did a little detective work, and I wanted to see the snap counts. All right? Because I wanted to see maybe the lack of production, maybe the lack of stats, the lack of sacks for Robert Quinn. Maybe it's impacted greatly by the fact that he's not on the field as much. Well, he is down 9% in terms of the snap count that he sees this season from last season. He only is at 68% of the snaps is what he's playing at right now. Now, here's what I found also interesting. Brandon Graham has had some injury issues this year. Some things have lingered for him. He's only at 43% of the snaps this year, down from the 69% that he had 2 years ago. Obviously, he was injured most of last year, so I didn't count last year. And then Josh Sweat plays 64% of the snaps. So you have 68% with Quinn, 43% with Graham, and 64% with Josh Sweat. I have a lot of confidence that Robert Quinn is going to be an impact player for this defense. I don't think this is going to be a trade where we get excited about only sending away a 4th-round draft pick and only having to pay, what is it, $450,000? That's it, to have Robert Quinn on this defense for the rest of the year. I don't see this as a lackluster move at all. I think this is going to be an impact move for the Philadelphia Eagles and another big victory for Howie Roseman. Oh, I think we're all starting to kind of get it now. Then we got to put some respect on the man's name. Can't wait for the Eagles to get back at it this weekend against the Pittsburgh Steelers.